Yeah. Oh yeah, this will be on one of them. Yeah, that's it. That.
Where did Daddy go?
He's gone to get himself a beer.
Oh. And I went to go get a
Well, we've done well with the weather. We've had some rain, but it's can't stop the fire. There's Chris, our pyromaniac. This is a proper way of having a bonfire night. Comfortable chairs. They've got full audience. Wave to the camera. That's it. Good lad. And when the fire's going out, we just chuck the chairs on. All down, the trouble is when it's pushing it all. We've had to move the chairs up because it's got a bit colder. Hello, Kaz.
I've seen a couple, yeah.
The thing as well is the foam's off them, isn't it? As well, it's the foam's off them, isn't it? As well, it's that.
Look, it's melting, look.
Yeah. That could be your skin, couldn't it?
Yeah. Which you know
That's it now, does.
Got all the bits out the shed.
Yeah, you brought the bits out of the shed to start with, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kaz joining the kids with the sparklers.
I don't want to frighten you.
Just what we want, Mum.
I'll hold one then. Got one more. Rory, come on over there. Hold it. Shall I write your name in it, look? Can you see the R? R. Yeah. Rory, come over here, knit us. Come over here, knit us.
Can you spell Kaz? Sir?
Eric,
Ah.
Eric, do you want a sparkler?
Yeah,
I'll drop it on the floor because it can
I bet you can't do Christopher.
There you go. That's it, because the rods are still on. Hold it further down the
Hold it
bottom,
further down, Clifford.
because the rods will get warm.
Oh!
That's alright.
Go on, Nicole. Yeah.
Yeah, and you. It's cold out. It's cold in that conservatory.
go. Who wants another one?
Do you want to hold one, Rory?
I'm frightening.
You'll go
That-
forward.
that-
We'll just get the sparkers out of the way first.
Out of the way, because you're really enjoying these, aren't you, Chris?
Oh. Well, keep still.
Yeah? Do you want to hold it?
Who wants that one? You've got one there, haven't you?
And Kaz has run out again.
No, don't worry that.
Just drop them on the floor when you finish with them because the rods are still slightly warm.
That's risk assessment. Risk assessment there.
Well, hi, Mummy. That's right, hi. Hi. Right, Mummy.
Can you spell it?
I spelled my name.
You spelt it wrong.
Don't go out just at the run out.
Yeah.
Oh, it went on my jacket. I've had it for a long time.
Don't matter, Santa's coming soon.
That's alright then if it's just an old one.
Right, torch man, we need the torch off. Let's repeat
Torch duty. Oh, I need the torch off.
Right, wasn't it?
But the torch is supposed to be off.
Oh,
Does that give a better effect?
yeah, that gives better effect.
Right, are we ready?
Oh, ready? Let's stand over here. Granddad's going to light one.
Come on, one over there, look.
Over here. True.
And
I
this
think
is,
you might want. I'm standing over
you
there.
ready?
Hang on.
I need you to be with the torch. You ready? There you go. This one's spring.
Ready, Rory?
Oh. Oh.
Oh, safe.
Health and safety concerns.
Rory!
Till I caught her.
Was that good, Rory?
Who's going to clean these windows?
Right, you're filming a bit for Daniel, so what is missing?
Yeah, I felt a bit.
Where's the torch man?
Woo!
Get double and triple echo.
2 more rockets to go.
Yay! A result.
That's it.
Right, I've come out 3 hours later and just to check on the bonfire. I think it's going to be safe to leave it to its own devices. I might roll a few more bits of wood on it. Right, here we go again. Like I've said in previous videos, you've got to utilise what you've got. The price of materials has gone through the roof, and I certainly can't afford to be going out buying tons and tons of bricks at the moment, if ever. So that little bit of wall is going to come down and be reused. I'm going to take some bricks out of that wall because I want to make a doorway in there at some point. And that little wall's going to come down as well. But I've left my tools in Portugal, the majority of them, so I'm using an hammer and an old screwdriver, but it'll work. So you can see the bottom of that one there. It's getting empty now, but that one linked into this one, and then via the overflow there, I'll put it on the tap to empty it. It comes down here. It comes out there. shame. All this summer we've been desperate for water, and now I'm just pouring it away. As we know in England, now that autumn's come and we're well into it, we're not going to be short of water, and we don't need a lot now. Kaz is sorting the garden out for basically shutting down for winter soon. We've had one or two things pop up and grow that shouldn't have done, because the plants got a bit confused about what time of year it was. But these are green and algae-fied on the inside, so they want to clean out anyway. But I think I'm going to have to physically tip this one to get it out, because then I've got to do the same with this bad boy, because I might, this wall here, that's where it was originally. Now that's all just bricks that I've took down and basically tidied up, but I might bring the wall out a bit, then that will give me more room on the inside. Now I've got the problem with the gutter, but the gutter is inside the building now anyway. There's solar panels which haven't got connected up yet, but they act as a roof and keeps it nice and dry. So it's a bit of a lash up in one sense, but it's all right. Gives us cover. I will eventually get the solar cell working and give me some electric in the shed, whatever happens. The water butts, they'll go in this little corner, and it'll all be all right, he says. Disaster has struck. Went in for my dinner. When I came out again, let me show you. Another morning. Yesterday's disaster from the plumbing that I forgot to put back in. Swept all my brickwork away, but in the afternoon I did reset that again. So I've got my footprint where I want it. Now it's just a case of a steady build up to Windright. That's where we are today. Let's see how far I can get on with it. Update to what I've done. We're due for some more rain this afternoon, so I've stopped working now on the wall. I'm not mixing cement and trying to lay it in bricks in the wet. And I'll give the wall a chance to dry out and strengthen. Little update where we've got to. I've run out of bricks. Well, I've got one more road going on top there. From this side. I've decided now where my windows are going to go. I've got a little one to go on this wall, which will match up them three there. It will match up height there, and I've got another one that comes in here to throw some light up, and another one in there to throw some light up. Now the problem is I've run out of bricks. I've been doing another job as well while I've borrowed the cement mixer. I've been doing some concreting, and I've just got a gap here that never got filled in when I laid this bit for probably about 3-4 years, and it's only a little bit, 6 inches along the edge there, but it used to gather the muck, the dust, the moss, the leaves and everything. It wasn't very easy when you're sweeping up, because you had to dig amongst all the stones. It's similar to what happened up here. Now all the way along there we go again, but that's been concreted in, but there's a gap there, look, just there and there. Now when I do tend to, when I've been making cement, if I get to the point where I'm fed up, or just got a little bit left and not enough to fill in various gaps like that, you always want to leave yourself a little place to dump it where you can make use of it later. Now I've done that this morning along the back here, my glory hole. It's just muck and a few stones I chucked down, but this morning I had a little bit of concrete left, so I'll just fill that in. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, because this is the glory hole around the back of the shed. This has been done previously. I did do this one as a proper job, to be honest with you. And then down there, but I've just got fed up. This was going back a couple of years, to be honest with you, and I thought, well, how often do I go around the back of the shed? But I'm sure I'll use more of it as and when I'll get more concreted down there. The door's in now. Not sure what I'm going to do up there, because I've got a bit of a problem with this gap here. I want it to be that high, so you're not smacking your head on it when you're going out, but I can't. I've got to cover that. There, that's a bracket for outside there, so that's as high as I can go. So there's going to be a gap of about 2 inches there. I've got to find a way of dealing with that, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment because it's cracking on. A little bit of a wall there that it's just half a brick thick, but whenever I'm laying a wall or doing another row, I'll tend to only do 2 rows, and then I'll give it a chance to dry out and harden off. But I think it's all right, isn't it? Right, now I can't do a lot more today, like I say, because I've run out of materials. I've got to get some more bits and bobs. I'm on the hunt for bricks now, and I'm not bothered about them being new ones. Just enough to put around the framework of the windows. One window there, one window here, one window there, and these are there's 2 of the big ones going in, and that one there. I've got nowhere for that one yet, but I'm not going to throw it in case I find somewhere for it. Okay, so there's my little one like the one outside, the other side of the shed, with the 4 segmented into 4 squares. It used to be there, didn't it? No, big pan, it used to be there. Yes, that's where we are. We're not doing a lot now because this afternoon we're going for a flu jabs. And the COVID one knocked us up for a couple of days, so I'm not planning to do anything this afternoon after we've got done. I'm not setting up the concrete mixer again. Right, so we'll catch up another day. Sunday morning, Armistice Sunday, 13th of the month actually, but I'm just going to show you what I've been up to. Come to Wix's to get me loud. The one thing when you go fetching all your equipment, you expect to see everything slid about, but I've done 4 or 5 miles there and back, and it's all stayed where it's supposed to. Quite happy with that. Right, this is the doorway again. Right, I fetched the bricks the other day and used to put another row on. Now on this wall, well, in all of them actually, today I'm hoping to get the window frames in situ. I'm not going to say I'm going to have them all bricked up. I'm going to attempt to get them high because I think the cold weather's going to come now. We're just getting the hint of winter now. We've had it lucky this year so far, but when you start seeing things like this, you know that and the colour of them leaves. Although the other year on Armistice Sunday, I was sweeping up all the leaves. It was on the floor, but the head wistaria's still got some on it. Right, well, we'll crack on. Latest update. We'll build the framework, or the brickwork around the frame. That little 2 by 2 foot window is going to go in that opening. We've got a bit of the corner done. Worked out where we want to be for that window. There's actually a double glazed unit going in there, and then there's another one going across. That's going to be the same size as this window. I've been wanting that wall in portrait mode, and the same size window over here in landscape. I'll just come outside to show from here. I'll just slide that door across, show the finished item. So we'll get cracking on now, look. See where we're going. That's the front window. That's the side window. And that one I've got to go up a little bit more before I put that window in. Quite pleased with the morning's work. I'm only doing some this morning. Time for a bit of dinner. I shan't do another mix this afternoon because I'll get tired. Morning update on today, Wednesday. Got as far as that on this wall. We've now got the, obviously we've got to go up now, in and around the windows. Try and work out how I'm going to do that. Yesterday was rain all the way. Today it's a better day, but I think we've got some rain coming, so I've got to be wary. That's from the outside. This is always going to be the problem though, because that wall's going up there in the corner, but I've got to get my drain clear of the window, and the only way I can do it is by dog leg it around the back of it, which is a bit crude, but I've got to keep the water away, because in England we do get a bit of rain like everywhere else in the world. Even Portugal gets it. Just slowly filling that gap in. Every time I do a mix I put 2 half bricks in there as well, because you've got to let on a silly one like that, you've got to let it totally dry before you build it up. But we're getting there. Just been to fetch some more bricks and some sand. I'll bring them down in a minute, but show you how far we've got on. Ain't got far to go up there for that one. Got to build that wall up and over the top of the glass there and down, and fill that gap in there. And this morning I've had to disconnect my door rail, because when you swing it, it starts hanging and catching on the windowsill there. So I'm hoping to move it across and refit it clear of the wall. You can see the wall's a bit of a bow in it anyway, but it's about as good as it's going to get, I think. Right, let's crack on.